Are you welcome to
Hello.
PNR Texpo?
Hi.
How are you?
Hello. Hola.
It's a
I'm
pleasure
really
to
good.
have you
How are you?
here.
Yes, I'm also really happy I can be here.
Yes, it's
I'm so
amazing.
sorry I don't speak Spanish.
Don't worry, don't
Uh,
worry.
I,
We
I
try.
speak I speak a little
Give
Italian.
me 1 second. I'm trying to.
Yes, I know. We know that
Give me
you're speaking in English and try to do your work the best way that you can. And
hmm
today is a honor to have you here. Coming from, bueno, we know that you are in China at this moment.
Yes, yes. Right now I'm in China. Yes, actually
Thank
we
you.
have 12 hours distance. Yes.
Thank you to be here. Thank you. Very kind.
Oh,
It's a
I'm.
bless.
It's my honor.
Yes. Well. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, let's rock and roll.
Yes.
So I just start, right?
Yes,
Yes.
So
go ahead.
so first of all, yeah, I want to say hello to everybody who is watching. I heard you already introduced me. So I'm one of the teachers of School of Remembering. I from Drunvalo, Melchizedek. I am teaching also sacred geometry. It's actually my passion. My wife tells me sacred geometry is my second wife.
Then
Aw.
you have to do a little pause to
hmm
Patty translate to the Spanish.
Okay,
Remember that.
okay,
Just that.
Bueno, no,
okay.
no voy a hacer la traducción textual, pero solo para que no pierdan el contexto. Él, como ya les comentamos, él es maestro de la escuela de Drunvalo Melchizedek y él nos hace una gracia acerca de la geometría y la pasión por la geometría sagrada y dice que su esposa dice que esa es otra, la geometría es su otra esposa.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, yeah. So I actually really love sacred geometry, and there is a lot of connection between geometry and our heart. So I
I
wait
think
for
it's
translation.
better. Yeah, I think it's better if you continue talking yourself because I mean,
Okay,
if not, you're gonna lose track. And you know, I'm not
okay,
official. I mean,
sure,
I'm
sure,
not a professional
sure,
translator. So just go ahead.
sure.
And then we will
Okay,
translate. We will put a closed caption when we record the whole thing. Okay.
I
So
understand.
Oh,
go
better like
ahead.
So
that.
I
Yeah.
just go.
Yeah. Go.
I
It's
just
Yes.
keep
all
going.
yours. Yep.
Yes.
No waiting. Okay, okay. So actually, if you understand sacred geometry, you will also understand how the universe works. Because when the heart starts to connect to the brain, we start to unlock different parts of the brain. If we are only in the survival mode, then we cannot see the big picture. So let me give you the idea. At the beginning, there was nothing. Before the universe was created, there was the great void. And imagine that everybody in the universe was one person. And this person was called Metatron. So this is where we get the word Metatron's cube, because the Metatron means beyond the matrix. And this person, whose Metatron was at the beginning sleeping, and then um, the first thing that this person, who is not male or female, got was the mantra "I am." And that's why when we are in the present moment, we connect to the source and to all life everywhere. But after we are aware of who we are, I am, we started to question ourselves. Who are we? So it's like I am with a question mark. And this is where the whole story started. So if we want to see who we are, we want to look at ourselves. And the first shape which was created in the whole universe, I have it here, is the sphere. So when we want to know who we are, it's like we would be in the center of this sphere, and this sphere would be made out of mirrors. And everywhere we would look at, we could see a reflection of ourselves. So the first law of the universe was not law of attraction, it was law of mirroring. Actually, the law of attraction has a wrong name. we always say we attract something, but we are mirroring everything that we have. And here, those of you who can see the background, I have different sacred geometries, but one of them is the flower of life. So the flower of life is actually teaching us that we are all connected. So everything that you do to the network, everything that I do on this will happen on this side of flower of life. But another thing that we learn from flower of life is that we all come from one source. And how is this now connected to to higher consciousness or to the heart? In our heart we have a really special place which is called the tiny space of the heart. When we go into this place, there is no polarity. It's like we experience everything, and I must really say everything that we are observing right now is only a dream from this point of singularity. So this person that created the whole universe is still there, and it's inside of our heart, and we call this person the source or God, and we have many different names for him or her. But even if we are aware of who we are and we can see around us, it's still not enough to experience. And that's why we created polarity, duality. From one circle, we have created two circles. And we call this Vesica Pisces. If we only are alone in the universe, we have no experience. And that's also no growing up. So we can even see that the whole universe is being experienced by one person from different perspectives. And to understand this completely, we can only do it from our heart. Because in our heart, there is no polarity, there is no shadow. Our heart has a special light which has no shadow. And in our tiny space of the heart, we can really experience this oneness. Because when we say our heart has unconditional love, unconditional means that we don't have any perspective, no judgments for other realities. So sacred geometry is also teaching us universal. Sacred geometry is universal language. So if we would go right now to another part of the universe, we would meet some other civilization. Which language should we use to talk to them? Universe is not like in the movies where all aliens speak English, but they would probably speak sacred geometry, and they would speak the language of the heart, unless they lost the emotions and like some species they did. But if you see here on the picture, I put on purpose this movie. It's called Arrival. Drunvalo was talking about it on the Cosmic Race workshop. This spaceship comes to Earth, and they land exactly 90 degrees based on the surface of the Earth. And in sacred geometry, we know that 90 degrees is change of dimension. And we start to talk in this movie to these aliens there, and nobody can understand each other until this lady in the movie, she puts her hand on the screen, and her hand actually represents the 5 fingers, and the number 5 is in Fibonacci sequence. And the alien who was there, he shows his hand who had 7 fingers, and there's no number 7 in Fibonacci, and that means this alien must come from another universe, which, just correct this little, must come from another universe which has number 7 in their divine sequence. So it is okay. I can just continue like this, right? Okay. So we have left so much of information in our ancient cultures. Even if we go into to see the pyramids in the world, which are, by the way, found on every continent of our planet. We have written the universal language there. So when later civilizations would be studying these proportions, they would know the level of consciousness of that civilization. So one of the persons who gave most of the knowledge to Drunvalo about sacred geometry was, so his name is Chikutet Arlich Formalites. He's Egyptian god of writing, and his wife Seshat, they were actually teachers of sacred knowledge, sacred mathematics, sacred geometry in ancient Egypt. So probably every person who is studying sacred geometry, they know about him. So what he explains in Emerald Tablets is how the universe was created, and also how the humankind forgot about its ancient origins. And if we want to remember who we are, we must first forget everything that we think that we are. And the only way to do this is really going into our tiny space of our heart. So whenever we talk about going to higher levels of consciousness, we always think that this is going up the ladder, so that we are now in the third dimension, and that we need to go to the fourth one and fifth one and sixth one, that actually the higher dimension is actually going somewhere higher. But as I will explain to you now, going to higher dimensions is actually going back to the source, is actually going to the center. We are not going actually up, we are going within, towards number 0. And you can understand this through Torus. So I said that today's topic will be a little bit about Torus. So the first organ that was created in the mother's womb was Torus. So when we were 512 cells, we were nothing else, and really nothing else than a pulsating Torus. And then this part here at the top later became our mouth, and this point at the bottom later became, the place where so the anus, so where we go to the toilet. Yeah, but this point here in the center represents the point of singularity. So as above, so below, as within, so without. Everything that exists in the universe comes from this little point. And this is again the tiny space of the heart. Also say it's the center of the flower of life. But if I go a little bit back to the numbers, so we said we have number 0, and this is the void, the emptiness, the tiny space of the heart. We have number 1. This is where the creator woke himself and got aware of I am. And then we have number 2. So it's like when we want to have an experience, we must have another perspective of this reality, because I can know everything. I can download the whole knowledge of the universe, but it will mean nothing unless I experience this. So there is one law of this universe. It's you must what you create. So we must have 2 perspectives, and this is where we get the male and female. Then the third perspective is we call the number 3, and this is the Holy Trinity, and we have the Mother, Father, and Divine Child. And those of you who study Drunvalo Melchizedek's work, he always says that when we want to go to the tiny space of our heart, we must first connect to the Holy Trinity. We must feel the love for Mother Earth, which in our planet she's a lady, so we call her Mother, and our sky is the Father. And we must also feel the love for ourselves. So this is the triangle, which represents the first shape, the most stable shape in our universe. And also all of the most stable Merkabas in our universe, which are, by the way, more than 500,000, they are made out of triangles. So Merkaba, the star tetrahedron, is made out of triangles, and also made out of tetrahedrons, which is actually connected to number 4 because it has 4 sides around it. And actually, our whole solar system, Merkaba, is made out of triangles. So actually, we are a triangular consciousness, and that's why we must be connecting to the Holy Trinity. But then we go, from number 3 to 4. Then we go to number 5. But we can say, okay, number 4 first. These are the 4 elements. You probably all heard about the 5 Platonic solids, but we have 4 of them first, and they represent the fire, the earth, the air, and the water. And these 4 elements are also part of the universal archetypes. If you study astrology, you will probably be in one of the 4 astrological signs. So if you're born in July, maybe you're Cancer, and this is the water sign. So these are the 4 elements, and you can imagine it like this: that the universe split its own language into 4 levels. One would be the keeper of the fire, one is keeper of the earth and water and the air. But then these 4 archetypes, they cannot understand each other. That's why we need to have the 5th perspective. And the 5th perspective, it's like if you look at a pyramid, the 4-sided pyramid, like you have them in Egypt and Mexico and so on. The perspective at the top, it's we can call it self. So our higher self actually are on the 5th dimension, and we are here on the 3rd and 4th dimension, and we are giving the experience to our 5th dimensional higher self. So the 5th dimension in ancient Egypt was considered like you go to the 5th dimension to go to the source. But there are actually 2 ways to reach the next level, and this is either, as shown here in the picture, either we can go up or we can go down, and this is what creates the number 6, and this is the octahedron. So we have one pyramid which is pointing up and one pyramid which is pointing down. In ancient Egypt mystery schools, they were teaching us that we can go up and we can go through our higher self to the next dimension. This will be through Horus, or we like to say hero, right? It actually is the word hero and Horus are actually one and the same. Or we can go through the lower world, and this is through Anubis, or to go through our shadow. And also Jesus and some other masters that did this. They died. They went to the lower world, they resurrected, and so on. So this is the number 6. I try to go faster through this because I could talk about it all day. But when you reach the number 6, then you go back into the center, and the center represents the number 7. And number 7 is the only number. Actually, it's number 7 and 9 are the only 2 numbers that are, if you want to draw the 7-pointed star or the 9-pointed star, you cannot draw it just with compass and the ruler. You must do some calculations if you want to do them correctly. So also, if you divide 360 degrees with number 7, you're going to get the angle of the Great Pyramid of Egypt, and number 7 is the 7 chakras, the 7 days of the week, and so on. The 7 laws of Thoth or Hermes, as above, so below. This is one of these 7 laws. But then, when you reach the unity again, as the universe, then you create And when you go to number 7, then you go to number 8. Number 8, which represent the Torus again, because Torus actually is in a shape of number 8. If you look at it, it's the infinity. So it never stops. It goes left, it goes right, it goes up, it goes down. But then after number 8, we get number 9, and number 9 is 0. You know, I'm studying numbers, and it doesn't matter which system you take, you will always realize that number 9 will be 0. If you take, those of you who know what I'm talking about, if you use the digital compression, you can just ignore number 9, because if I take, for example, number 18, so 1 plus 8 is 9, right? Okay, but if I take number 19, 1 plus 9 is 10, and 1 plus 0 is 1. And it's the same if I just delete number 9, number 1. So number 9 actually it's represents the number which brings us back to the source. If you study Marco Rodin's work, or if anybody joined Cosmic Race, the last Drunvalo's workshop, he was talking about the numbers 3, 6, and 9, and 3, everything, and actually really everything in a universe, 6 and 9. All other 7 numbers are just helping us to reach this 3, 6, and 9. Even if you look at the 9-pointed, if you divide 9 parts, you're going to see that the numbers which are opposite to each other, they will add up to number 9. Like 7 plus 2 is 9, 5 plus 8. It's 7 plus 2 is 9, and then 4 and 5 is 9, right? And 1 plus 8 is 9. So, talking about the Torus, every being in the universe and every cell in the universe, it doesn't matter how high you go or how small you become, you will always find the same proportions and same patterns. So every planet has a Torus, every solar system has a Torus, and actually also our universe is shaped as a Torus. And there's also one meditation which can guide us to our heart. It's also written in the Drunvalo Melchizedek's book, Living in the Heart. You can first feel the love for all creation, which is absolutely we must do, because if we want to return to the source, we must attune ourselves to this vibration. So we must feel the love for Mother Earth and love for the universe, to all life everywhere, love to ourselves. And then we can just imagine that there's this torus, this toroidal field, which looks like an apple, right? It's around us. And just by imagining and breathing this torus, it will bring us back into the source, back into the center of the flower of life, back into our tiny space of our heart. So in a way, we must imagine a little or understand a little geometry to understand how universe works. Yeah. And also, I'm one of the trainers and coaches of HeartMath Institute. And by the way, I did that in Miami. I know you're right now in Miami. I love Florida. So if you look here at the screen, whenever we are in the fear-based emotions, or jealousy, or hate, anything like that, our emotional fields are going to become distracted. going to go away from the source. We are going to see another person as separate from us. But all of these lower vibrational emotions, they bring us away from the source. But the law of vibration, it's the expansion. And whenever we feel gratitude, appreciation, or love, this will make our toroidal field stronger, and this will also bring us closer to the source. And we will see another person as another us. So this is the saying in Lakesh, Alakin. We can see each other as sisters and brothers. And this is also related to our fields around our body. Also, when we feel love and appreciation, everybody around us is going to the same vibration. And when we are in our tiny space of our heart, we can connect to every person's electromagnetic field. And this is how telepathy actually works. When we are in peace with ourselves, when we are in our heart, we will understand another being. We will understand what the earth is feeling. We will understand if we'll have compassion to each other. And this is today new knowledge anymore. Maybe around 10 years ago, this was still like quite new. We are just trying to figure out how emotions work and how consciousness works in the universe. But today, actually, it's been confirmed that everything in the universe is one quantum field. And everything that we do right now has an effect to something that is on another part of the universe. Even your broadcast right now can be heard not just through this through Skype or through your channel, but can be heard anywhere in the universe. And this can be actually being felt in zero time. And this is what Drunvalo was teaching on his last workshop, Cosmic Race. I know many of you maybe watched it online, but the whole way all the time in Tantra. The whole universe is all the time in an orgasm. And when we connect to this cosmic energy through our tiny space of our heart, through our third eye, and through the energy which comes from below, from our womb, and it goes up. And when we connect through this Ankh or this infinity sign, we really are connected to all levels of consciousness and to all dimensions. And in zero time, there is no way that the universe would be separated. It's the only thing that separates us from the universe is our mind. And that's another reason why heart and geometries are connected, because we cannot really understand to a person who wants to understand you. So we cannot just say we are all connected. We must explain it in a logical way. Another thing I want to say today, why is the heart important? When we go into our heart, this is like, I like to say, this is like a magic trick. The problems disappear, the polarity disappears, all of our worries, all of our wishful thinking and things that want to change, it just disappears. And also all the wars would disappear, all the problems would disappear. Because most of the problems in the world, we don't solve so that we solve a problem, but we solve it so that we change the perspective.
LuKa,
and the perspective of oneness bring us to one.
Are you listening, LuKa?
Yes.
Sorry to
Thank you.
interrupt you because we want to you make a meditation from the heart
Oh,
meditation, because we don't have more time, and we have to
oh,
we appreciate that meditation from you.
okay, sure. Of
Thank
course.
you.
I can.
I'm sorry to stop you.
Actually, I just finished.
Oh, great. The perfect
Yes,
time
I
in
just
the
finished.
hard time.
Yes, yes,
Awesome. We would
yes.
love to, to have, because we've been talking through the afternoon and with a lot of great information, but we need to come back to earth.
To the heart.
uh, and,
Yes.
and then
Okay.
that meditation would definitely align us with the universe and the purpose of the whole day, which is to honor Gaia in this
Yes.
magnificent Congress. So it will be an honor
Mhm.
for you to
Oh,
for us to listen to the meditation and connect all together.
okay. I will.
Thank
It's
you.
my honor to do. Okay. So everybody, if you have a chance to um, turn to put some curtains on the windows or to have a meditation mask, you can do it, or just close your eyes. And you can put one hand on your chest, somewhere close to your heart, and just breathe in and breathe out. Just breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. You just breathe in and breathe out all the thoughts that you don't need anymore. Breathe out all emotions that you don't need anymore. You can imagine that there is a fire in front of you, and you can breathe out all of your emotions and thoughts into this fire. And now imagine that you are in a beautiful place in the nature. This can be somewhere close to the water. Maybe you can see a beautiful sky above you. You can touch the tree and you can smell the fresh morning air. And you can feel the love for all creation around you. And from your heart, you send your love to Mother Earth, to everything that is around you. You send your love. You can even imagine how you send your love through green light or purple light from your heart. And you send your love to the center of our planet so that she can really feel your love. She's your divine mother and she can really, really feel you right now. Imagine how you're breathing together with Mother Gaia. She maybe comes to you as beautiful divine goddess and she hugs you. She loves you so much. You see above and you can see so many of you. You can see the Milky Way. And send your love to Father Sun, to the whole universe. We send our love to all the brothers and sisters in the sky. Thank you, Father Sky, for being here with us. Great grandfather, the Father Blue Sky, and Mother, Great Mother Earth. And we also feel the love for ourselves. You are the divine child. This is the Holy Trinity. And see and feel, imagine that you are connected to all life everywhere. Feel the love for all creation. Imagine that you go to the center of flower of life, the point of singularity. And from the center of flower of life, you send love in all directions. And now you go behind your heart. Imagine that you go behind your heart or below your heart or above your heart. There are 3 entrances. And you just imagine that you enter somewhere the center of your heart. Just feel this movement. Feel that you go into your sacred space of the heart. This is the kingdom of heaven inside of your heart. Just see and feel. Feel yourself going in this unity consciousness. From behind your heart or below your heart is the most easy. And when you enter this place, you say, let there be light. Just feel that you start moving. And you say that you move into the tiny space of your heart, into the universe, into the little tiny space inside you, into the universe inside you. You can close the door and you just embrace yourself in this beautiful energy. You go even deeper and deeper into your Akasha. Akasha is a place with no polarity, from where everything is created. And here, you and God are one. You are in this tiny space, but when you enter, you realize it's not tiny anymore. And at the same time, you can experience everything and complete silence and nothingness. Feel yourself being in the tiny space of the heart, in the center of all creation. And now in your tiny space, see and feel that everybody on our planet is already awakened, is connected in one heart. Don't think, just feel. Just feel that everybody is inside of their tiny space. Without separation, send love to every being on our planet. Imagine this and feel this. And feel how every being is sending love back to you. You can imagine this sacred geometry or just feel the love to every human, to every animal, every crystal, every mountain, every river. And send your love from your tiny space to every star and planet and galaxy in our universe. And feel already that everybody on our planet is awakened. We also send love to all the aliens on our planet. Separate as good and bad. We send love to all the consciousness. Also to very little beings on our planet. We also send love to the virus. We also send love to every plant, every animal, without separation. Just sending love. And feel that we are one. One Mother Gaia, one Mother Earth. The Mother Earth comes to us in meditation. See her, feel her, she comes to us. And she tells us everything is okay. We forgive everybody on our planet. We send love and light to every person. And Mother Gaia comes to us and she also forgives us. She has unconditional love to all of us. She forgives everybody. She sends love to everybody. And she waits for the moment that we all wake up. So I want to say thank you for this broadcast and for everybody for being in your heart. And thank you for listening for my sharing, for my sacred geometry and the heart. But now it's just time for you to feel. And whenever you come out of this meditation, you hug at least one person on the left, one angel on the left and one angel on the right. Give them a big hug, even if you're in quarantine. Maybe you have somebody to hug. Or you just send love and hug to some person that you know. And you send a big hug to Mother Earth. Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Beautiful. It's like elixir. Elixir from God. Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
LuKa,
Yes.
I know that you are far away and you are teaching around the world, but either way, we want to know what about your workshops and the calendar and when the people contact to you.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Yes. I'm available on my Facebook and my website,
Yeah.
awakening-heart.org. But I will be having some online workshop in May. Also the heart, but I will also do one mini workshop about sacred geometry. I haven't been teaching in the South America or anything like that, but I'm mostly teaching in Europe and Asia. But it's one world. Yeah.
Well,
But
you teach right
yeah.
now by online and by internet. Maybe in the future you can do the same thing to a classroom.
Yes, we can do that. And I was even thinking to do one version just for Spanish speaking people.
Yes.
Maybe we can do that.
We would like to yes, in Miami, please.
Yes.
Be our guest.
I can come to Miami.
Great.
Yes, I can come.
Thanks a
It will
lot.
be. Yes, thank you.
Bless from my heart to you and your wife, your family, your work, and
Yes.
your connection with God.
Thank you, and a lot of love to everybody who's listening and watching. Thank you.